Hello, and welcome back to another Pauper video. Um, Today we're doing a bit of a playpoint bonfire. I want to kind of try this Naya Scrapling deck. I've not run it through much. I've not run it through tournament practice, uh, so we're just going to see how it goes. The story, I guess, on this deck was I've previously done a few videos with like a green-white Tron deck. So Myr Retriever, when it dies, return the artifact card. Ash's Altar, sacrifice creature, add 2 colorless, which is the casting cost of a Myr Retriever. So with a Myr Retriever in the graveyard, or with 2 Myr Retrievers, you can loop them infinitely with Ashdod's Altar. And then I was using Molten Gatekeeper to deal 1 damage to the opponent with every loop. So I was playing this in a Tron build, and somebody suggested, well, why are you playing Tron in this deck? I had a load of colorless, a load of colored pips in my deck. So the Tron lands, their point was Tron lands might not necessarily help. So I'm going to give that a go and then make some further changes. So by cutting all of the chromatic stars, chromatic spheres and so on, we can put some other cards into the deck. And so where I'm going with that this time, if I move the Ultratron part of the deck out of the way, and let's move the Gatekeeper as well, is Evolution Witness Myr Scrapling. So Evolution Witness, whenever you put a 1/1 counter on it, return a permanent. Myr Scrapling, sacrifice self, put a 1/1 counter. You can use the Evolution Witness trigger to put the Myr Scrapling back into your hand, and if it costs 0 mana, because you're reducing it with a bolt-proof, not Foundry Inspector, but basically Foundry Inspector, you could make an infinitely large Evolution Witness. A Myr Scrapling would enter the battlefield an infinite number of times. So Molten Gatekeeper triggers. Yeah, why not? It's another angle. I think there's a reason this hasn't been played before. The whole 3-card combo, and then needing to get a kill. It seems quite a lot, but that's where we are. Implement of Ferocity is a similar vein to the Myr Scrapling, but we can sacrifice it to draw a card, so some amount of dig there. Then we have Writhing Chrysalis as the only good card in the deck, or one of the only good cards in the deck to help keep us alive, so we've got time to do all this nonsense. We don't have any removal, and so we're just going to play some Coalition Honor Guards and hope that that's going to do it. We will see how that goes. Nyxborn Hydra is another kill with an infinitely large Myr Scrapling. Again, just, really good card. Recommission works with Evolution Witness. So you target Evolution Witness in the graveyard, it comes back with a 1/1 counter on it, so you can immediately return another permanent. And then run Cleansing Wildfire and Bridges to get us up to have mana to function, and then Malevolent Rumble just to tie the room together, find the permanents we need. Then coming into the sideboard, got a whole bunch of Weather the Storms and 1 Fangren Marauder at top end. This is hopefully going to be enough against burn. A couple of Scattershot Archers for mono blue, Gorilla Shaman Mass Vandal for affinity artifact decks, 2 Acolytes as well, which are going to help, or hopefully help our Glee matchup. If we can Acolyte and recommission it, and maybe that's a start. And then some Tormod's Crypt. So Graveyard Hate that we can get back with Evolution Witness, and we don't want to be on Relic because we don't want a new card in graveyard. So it's a bit of a soup. I don't think it will be any good, but we can give it a go and see if there's anything, or there's enough to like here that we fancy trying again in the future, try and build on it. With that, let's jump into the league. So into round 1, and we're against Barff, so probably this blue-black Snacker control deck. I feel like we're going to struggle, well, against most things, counterspells included, and then we're on a real stinker of a hand where if we had a red source for the wildfire, would be okay. I guess we're on the draw, so we're going to see 2 cards, try and find a 3rd land, or a red, well, one of which need to be a red source. I'm just going to keep hate mulliganing. So they're actually on fairies, which is potentially even worse, because they've got the beatdown start, but maybe the Scattershot Archer will do something for us. So, embarrassingly not a lot going on there. I am genuinely considering, do I just discard an Evolution Witness to hand size because we can recommission it back? Obviously, not a good play. Not what I would rather be doing something better, but considering this is the situation we're in, I think we have to. So we don't want to see another land where they're representing Spell Stutter. No Spell Stutter. So we get to do the recommission thing. We don't get any value off of the Evolution Witness, but at least we can stop the bleeding from the ninja. At least we could, oh no, what? It's a 1/3. Oh, because it's a 2/2 with a counter on it. Oh, it's 0/2 with a counter on it. That's funny. We can't really beat anything. I think we have to rumble. It's not getting any better. So I expect this gets spell stuttered and we can concede. Counter, okay. I won't necessarily concede to a counter spell. We can take the bleed of 2 damage for a few more turns. Spells just to pick it up would be another issue. Got another ninja now. Always feels slightly unfortunate where you tap out. I was going to say when you tap out for a draw spell to find your land, for example. They're like, yeah, okay, what deck plays? What's going on? They're just, what are you doing? This is bad. You should feel bad. That's funny. They bounce like they unable to scream my guy and then end up bouncing it anyway. So blocking seems bad. Drawing, not blocking seems bad. Let's just find another card. See what we draw. So we do draw our third land. Still don't have a red source. I'm just going to concede. Saying that like it's at all early, I think that's possibly a bit late to concede. So we're on 18 lands. We kept 2 land that didn't get there. Can't say I feel particularly what was I saying? I can't say I feel particularly like we deserve to get there on that. So bring in our scattershot archers and cut. So they saw Myr Retriever. The only reason to play Myr Retriever is Ashnod's Altar. We can cut the Coalition Honor Guards, right? They're not up to much. And then let's run this back. I could bring in a Fangren Marauder. Just obviously it's bad against all their snaps and counter spells, but if it just gains a huge bunch of life. No, I think just run this. The other option is like a Masked Vandal. It blocks fairies. It can kill a. I was going to say let's mulligan, but it's got the one good card. Obviously have to mulligan. Okay. Oh, this is rough. Mana base looks atrocious. I guess I should have run this through some more piles. So we're going to keep because it's got lands and spells, and I don't want to go to 5. I think we put back the Scrapling. We have Stone Cold nothing to do. But don't let that hold us back. So again, we're in a similar situation where we are keeping a mana screwed hand and having to draw our way out of it. Alternatively, draw more of the cards we cannot cast. I'm just going to jam the altar here. Obviously it doesn't play to the board, but it also doesn't get spell stuttered. So they're holding up spell stutter. Or again, or counter spell, but oh, they're not holding a spell stutter. Be great if we could punish them, but unfortunately, we're only a turn away. And then we would, you know, potentially, possibly be able to, I don't know, what, loop some Myr Retrievers for no value. Obviously, in this situation, we get to pretend to block the hacker. We get to declare a block on the hacker. If it decided to attack, it doesn't. That's kind of fine. Super caught up on green pips now. If we play the Witness, then we can double spell next turn, assuming it gets countered. It doesn't get spell stuttered, so all signs lead to just playing a 3 mana 2/1. Yeah, we're going to have a really hard time to play 2 spells in any meaningful way anytime soon. Okay. So I kind of want to have this die to something so that I can recommission. That seems like a very respectful and able to scream. The Evolution Witness was not up to much. And oh, this is funny. How about we play another stone unplayable? Not unplayable, just doesn't do anything. So obviously, Barff tends to do quite well for himself. I would love to know what he thinks, what he's going to call this deck. If he, you know, say their trophy, put their little, oh, here's my results, and they're like, what was this? Another techie Harrier Strix. Attack my 2/4. Please, please let my Evolution Witness die. Okay. So I can chump block with the Evolution Witness so that my Recommission becomes live. The downside to that is that's the only creature my Myr Retriever blocks favourably. I'm just going to do that. We need to be able to double spell, and to double spell we need to be able to recommission. Is that right? Or do we just block here? Expect they have an intruder. Yeah, I think if we just keep bleeding very slowly, at least it gives us time to draw into something. Okay. So I didn't have an intruder. Just keep playing Voyager quickwelders, hey? They get cheaper. Go on. Opponent's like, I don't want to counter this, it just doesn't do anything. But now we can attack with our other Voyager quickwelder. That will show them, and then they can use all their extra mana to loot. Feeling very sorcery speed, I will say, this game. Now all our 3-drops are spell stutterable as well. I guess we didn't need to, we don't actually need to block with the Evolution Witness to kill it. We can also sack it to Ashnod's Altar. So we can double spell, but if we sack the Evolution Witness, but obviously that just loses pretty hard to 2 counter spells. And then we are kind of stuck away from being able to double spell again in the future. What could we actually draw to that does anything? Very little. If we play the Rumble with a load of open mana, maybe there's a chance that they are, opponent unable to scream an Evolution Witness for nothing. Maybe they'll be respectful and go, oh, I don't know what else is going on. I'll let this go. I think this is very unlikely. They do spell stutter it. And that gets countered. I guess we're going to do the sack Evolution Witness thing. See if this also gets countered. Pay for a spell pierce, but obviously counterspell and spell stutter sprite. We are suffering slightly from our hubris of not playing any removal spells. So we get that off. No, well, unfortunately, it doesn't help. On the off chance they are respecting the mountain being up, I'm not going to play anything else. So we take 4 this turn. If we attack, they can kill us with a intruder. If we attack into an intruder, then they just intruder 4 creatures block. Again, they probably wouldn't. They're respecting the mountain. They don't need. They can take 2, but so I've got high hopes for this Malevolent Rumble. Against 5 open mana. And we do have an infinite power Evolution Witness. If that was to resolve. So let's Rumble first. This also gets spell stuttered, which is not ideal. Play the Scrapling. So we can Myr Retriever Scrapling if this gets countered, but we're currently dead to a ninja. And we don't have any way to force that through. They know our last card in hand is Myr Retriever. Yeah, it did struggle a lot for only having one green source this game, and struggled in game one for not having any red, so yeah. On average our mana base worked. I will let you know when opponent is back. So opponent is back. We're going to click on Evolution Witness a bunch of times. Obviously, don't think this is very likely to matter, but in the chance they don't have a ninja, it could. I guess what this is showing is quite how bad the green implement could be. Doing this once, then drawing a card and having to stop would be unfortunate. Do we have infinite mana here? Because we can introduce Myr Retriever into the loop, right? Let's just try that once, just to see if it's going to work, because I think it does. Or it would work even if we only had one welder. What? Why are you countering that instead? This doesn't do anything that the other thing didn't do, and you knew. So, GG's. So, on the play in round 2. Oh, it can cast spells. The Nyx eyes. I'm not sure this is the hand to get excited about, but it can cast spells. Only, I guess it can cast 4 of its spells. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. And we're just gonna get run over, just burnt. Oh, it's gonna get to cast a 4-drop on turn 3. It's doing the thing. Get the camera. I guess we've got more red spells than white spells. Makes sense. Oh, it's every draw is a delight. So what do we do here? In an ideal world, we can be super greedy and safekeeping and honor guard. So they bolt the honor guard. We no, a bolt has gone the honor guard, and then when they try and bolt it again, we can save keeping. I don't really just want to play out a Myr Retriever. Myr Retriever is so bad. I think I'm just on Hydra. Just get a Hydra bolted. It can, pretend to hold something back. Opponent's like, oh no, Writhing Chrysalis. It's such a good card. Joke's on you, buddy. It's a 3/4 Nyxborn Hydra. Because what better card to pay off our recommission? So, I think we have to play our spells. So we'll recommission back, make a 1/2, play a Myr Scrapling, and hold up safekeeping. So we can get them. So obviously this is a very cheap Scrapling, but the point is that the Myr Retriever in our hand currently has no targets. So who's laughing now? It's the opponent. The opponent is the one that is laughing. See, I am going to sack this for try and put the counter on. Obviously, if they have a bolt, it doesn't go well for us. They don't. Still so far away from achieving anything. We can play another 2/3 and then hold up Scrapling so they can't necessarily bolt either, or we just play a Relic and Honor Guard, sorry. It could stop them bolting us, but then they just bolt the thing and kill it. I think I'm on play Gatekeeper, play another sad Scrapling. Yeah, we got in for a damage. It's not a perfect game. Nobody beats us 20-0. I'm calling that a moral victory. But only the percussionist is coming in. I'll take what we can get. How's about, right? I know we can't even sacrifice. I was going to say, how's about we just play a bunch of Myr Retrievers? Who needs Astronaut Altar when you've got a bunch of Myr Retrievers? Yeah, okay, we'll pass back. We can now block a load of 1/1. So we definitely don't have enough graveyard payoffs, or like graveyard filling spells. Maybe like Faithless Looting. Just get some of the terrible cards out of our hand. Speed us up, which I think we also need quite badly. Now you're attacking. Am I going to block with a Myr Scrapling or keep it around? So we go to 8. Oh, so we're dead to a double Galv Blast, but they've used 1. So get back Myr Retriever. You can get back a Myr Retriever. I guess maybe just get back a Scrapling. It's like, you know, we don't necessarily need to 2 more Myr Retrievers. 1 is enough to start the combo. The Galv Blast and Gatekeeper. Joke's on you. You open the way for a Coalition Honor Guard with a 1/1 counter on it. Did I tap that wrong? No. And we can attack. So we'll just take 1. I mean, it's better than most of our draws. Since it's, as mentioned, it's the only good card in our deck, TM. I guess we're battling. Then we can sack an Eldrazi Spawn token to put the Myr Retriever into play. Opponent never draws a Bushwhacker and floods out, and we might just get there. So we can Witness and Scrapling a few times, but that costs mana because we've not found the other part of the convoluted loop. What we can put 1, 2, 3 counters on it. I think they might be dead. Through some I'm assuming that there is enough chip damage from the assortment of things we've got going on. So each of these is basically an extra 1/1 counter thanks to the Gatekeeper. Well, they dead said block here, take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, dead by had a damage to spare. I forgot I had Mass Vandal in here. I think I intended to change this to the bargain guy because, as mentioned, we're really bad at putting creatures into our graveyard. I really like Mass Vandal or the 2/2 against mono red. Imagine the split. We could put Myr Retriever, bargain away the Myr Retriever to put it into our graveyard, then exile it with a Mass Vandal combo. I feel like I don't really want the Ashnod's Altar thing. I kind of like Coalition Honor Guard, humorously. So we have Fangren Marauder. The only thing that we can put stuff in the graveyard at the minute is Myr Scrapling or Implement if we don't have any Ashnod's Altar. But Ashnod's Altar just gets blown out by Cast into Fire, as does the rest of our 1/1s. I'll leave 1 in. I'll leave 2 in. leave one and it can get itself exiled. That'll count. So I like the Recommission Evolution Witness stuff. You know, the plan of playing out a 3-drop, having it kill for 1 mana and then surviving for the next turn is obviously key to our plan. Myr Retrievers just looping themselves back might be okay. If I just cut Gatekeepers, what's the plan? How are we ever killing them? It's like a Hydra and a big creature. Cut 1. And then so I'll run this. The idea is basically that the combo is going to be too hard to assemble through like a cast into the fire. So we're just going to try and play like bad mid-range with Vanguard Marauder and hope that we can put something together. Turn 3 Chrysalis is probably our best way of achieving that. We've got Weather the Storm if we've time to play it. Do I want the Myr Retriever? I just want to put that in the graveyard. Take a land. I think I'll have the Retriever. Rough. So no blocks, we get down to 5. So we get down to 3. And then we play a Chrysalis. We only take 1, so we're dead to another tomb. Not dead to any. So we're dead to a burn spell, not dead to any creature. So you get 2 draws at it. Do I want to block sack, prevent 1 damage? If I keep this back, so we've got 4 mana, 5 mana doesn't really do too much. Our opponents told me they've got a Gale Blast, and they have Metalcraft. Yeah, so they just... I think we had to do the turn 3 Chrysalis thing. This made me laugh. I don't quite know what's going on. I guess my point was that from 2 Eldrazi spawn tokens, I can't really gain life. So, yeah. Do I just want a Mass Vandal as a 2 mana 1/3 blocker? So I'm going to bring in the Mass Vandals. Sorry, I'm very distracted by the chat. I have no idea what's going on. I don't think I've played this guy much before, but it's been a fun little chat. So is the plan to just basically go full bad mid-range? I can't cut Cleansing Wildfire because nothing in my deck does anything. The Mass Vandals at least block and can, exile a land or a monkey with a. Is it a monkey with a drum? Percussionist? And then maybe the implement. I don't really want to cut artifacts because of Fangren, but I can cut a Myr Retriever, sure. Yeah, I guess we were basing that Myr Retrievers, Mass Vandal is way better than Myr Retriever, right? Gotta be. We're not quite at the stage of putting in Tormod Crypt as a storm count for Weather the Storm and Fangren Marauder food. So flashbacks to game 1, round 1. We can play an implement like Myr Retriever, but yeah, let's mull that. Let's mull this. Let's snap keep this. Put back these two, just cross fingers. Opponent says we have played previously. I got jaced. No idea. So I guess we play a tap land. We could play this to block, but I think trying to get the Chrysalis on turn 4 as opposed to another turn. Oh no. Is this what being jaced means? Have I been jaced? Uh, oh, eats a bolt. What a hero. Well, Yugi. Oh, make joke. Make joke. I guess we block here, take 4. I want to keep some spawns back so that we can at least play 2 spells, though maybe we just hold the weather. We are dead to land double bolt. Although we do have our instant speed, Lembus, make a mana, Lembus. We get down to 4. I'm trying to think of any jokes. Sorry, you have to watch me type this as well, but this is very important. I think I'm gonna block sack. Although if I block and just give them a card, maybe weather becomes good. I don't know if that translates well when you read it, but it's supposed to sound like a Ferrero Rocher, like the chocolates. Opponent liked it. I guess the problem with just blocking the percussion is if they save the card for next turn. Yeah, let's just block sack. Well, it's a good draw. We can even pump an Eldrazi Spawn token with this. That's a big game. No. So if they don't have a burn spell, we can do some evolution witness things. Like witness, get back, implement, and slowly be drawn. And then we can go block, block, block sack, and take 4. Voyager, quickwelder is, doing its thing, blocking. Gonna go for this now. Hope they don't have an instant speed burn spell. They don't. I can get back my implement. I can even play the implement. Whoa. Shouldn't have played it actually because of Storm, but so this is kind of green, draw a card now. And we have obviously 3 green sources. So I'm not going to block because if they don't have a burn spell, the evolution witness thing is pretty good. So green, draw a card. We also get a counter, but that's kind of neither here nor there. We can follow up with a, oh, they do have a bolt. That's a bolt that's not going at our face. So I guess they, yeah, I was going to say they could have done it in response, but they did, didn't they? So, Writhing Chrysalis, make one Myr Retriever. Attack for 5. You know, if all Myr Retriever decks just played by the rules and were in terrible piles where it was just the only good card, it would be fine. The second one is funny. Just going to get back to the implement again. I think the implement is better than the other Myr Retriever. Sure, I'll only attack with these. I won't hit them with the I'm sorry, I don't want to come across like I'm bad mannering. It's more just, obviously, deck's not fantastic. So play this. What did we draw? Another Myr Retriever. Recommission. Do you want to do this again, or do we just want to recommission? Well, I think we might end up getting there. Seeing as all it took was drawing like a champ and the opponent flooding out may be a bad sign for the future of this deck. So we're back, we're on the draw, and we're going to keep off the back of a turn 3 Chrysalis and see what we can do from there. The opponent's on Tron. I guess it isn't a turn 3 Chrysalis because we don't have another untapped land. We'll have turn 3 Tron. Oh, or will they? I think they will. If we let them fetch and then kill the tower, they get it for 1 turn. But otherwise, if we kill one of these, they can just search up another with the map. So let's just rumble. Don't really want any of these, but we can get a bridge. Yeah, more green sources than white, so. So it's kind of rough. If we kill the tower, we don't really have anything else going on. Oh, you're Stompy. Aha. Oh wow, did I play? Oh no, I had to play this. And so we can't Chrysalis this turn anyway because we've just not got the right colour mana. So we might as well just Cleansing Wildfire them. We can play another bridge so that we can play a Chrysalis next turn, and then this doesn't have trample, so. I feel like opponent is a good, honest gentleman. Only the finest player, just Monster Tron. So each spawn is kind of like 6 mana. I gain 6 life, right? So I think I'm going to Chrysalis and keep the spawn around. The alternative would be use it to cast a spell and get to play another green pip. I guess with the Rumble, we're not going to be short on Eldrazi spawn tokens. And having more coloured mana sources could be very nice. Well, that Cleansing Wildfire has done a number on them. So we can block sack. Everything's a sacrifice deck. Wow. So let's start with a Rumble. So with the Myr Retriever, we've got the National Delta combo. Can we do it this turn? So 1, 2, 3, play altar. So land, bridge, spawn, play altar. Red 2. Yeah, I think we can. Let's attack for 3. Ta-da! What was this, turn 5? Yeah, we did the thing! Now we just have to click more quickly. Hope opponent doesn't have Weather the Storm. Much easier to click through this when you don't have like any extra mana in the pool. And we got there, they didn't have it game 1. Didn't have Weathers. Good. In turn 5 and we got to play Chrysalis. Oh, it was all coming up. All coming together. So I think I'm going to have a Gorilla Shaman just as a way to like potentially sneak something, Fangram Marauder seems good if they're again on a load of artifacts. Don't want Mass Vandal, as discussed, we're actually pretty terrible at using this, and it should probably be the bargain guy. So that's 2 cards to come in. And let's cut the Honor Guards. The only advantage of an Honor Guard is that they can't bestow a Hydra with it in play. Oh, Mass Vandal can just smash. Mass Vandal can kill Hydra, it can kill Boulder Branch Golem. Alright. You've worked your way in. What am I cutting? So they're not going to be very good at dealing with a huge witness. I think I'm going to cut the Fangren because if we're doing... I might even cut the Gorilla Shaman. Because maybe Gorilla Shaman's in on the play but not on the draw. So cut 2 Coalition Honor Guards for 2 Mass Vandals and also cut a Tamiya Safekeeping. The Hexproof bit, I guess any permanent, it could protect our Ashen's Altar. Maybe cut Gatekeeper. Sure. Yeah, I don't think I'd realised that Myr Retriever plus Scrapling plus Ashen's Altar plus Quick Thing was a combo. So keep this. Sorry, I was thinking about how can I need to have a target for this to be able to sacrifice. Play the bridge in case we draw a thing, a wildfire. So obviously Stirring's really good because it's 1 mana, but personally I still like the idea of playing even like Cash Grab and so on, just because they can get they can get coloured spells as well, not just colourless. And then also there are some matchups where actually just having a couple of instants in your deck's really handy, otherwise you get caught doing everything at sorcery speed and it's very hard to make anything happen. So opponent's got Tron, but isn't going to play anything. Oh no, it's worse than that. They've got Tron and they're going to play something. 2 3/3s. Boy, have I got the counter to 2 3/3s. It's a 2/4. It's one hell of a 2/4. And it can even pretend like jump up and become a 3/4, 3/4, 3/5. Oh. And they've got trample. Sure. So on the radar is we can Mass Vandal, like sack this to pump and then Mass Vandal to exile it to kill a golem, say. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so on the radar is that we can use a Scrapling and then exile it with Mass Vandal. But we've got 4 Evolution Witnesses in play, and currently we can get, we've got the combo to make Infinite Power, which is pretty good. Ideally they don't attack. I don't think I want to sacrifice to Pup. Like I say, even with the Vandal. If they do attack and give us the option of eating one, it becomes more tempting. Yeah, glad they don't. Oh, this is a golem. That's cool. I did not realise that worked like that. So I'm not too worried about the 3/3 tramples, but the 7/7 trample is representing a bit more of a problem. Especially because we've got nothing going on. I do have a load of artifacts that I'd quite be happy sacrificing in some kind of bargain. That's for sure. If I could make some kind of bargain with the Magic the Gathering gods to lose one of my artifacts in exchange, they would lose one of theirs. Preferably into exile. That would be pretty nice. I'm kind of tempted to just sack and then recommission this, because the recommission is not really doing anything. I guess we could recommission the Masked Vandal later. So we take 10, 11, and probably have to sack that turn. Yeah, okay. I think we have. I think unfortunately we have to do this. So it's not too bad. It's just a shame that the Scrapling gets exiled and we've only got one more in the deck. And then we might as well play Bridge because we're not doing anything else. We do still have the two implements of Ferocity that could work with a Myr Retriever, Evolution Witness if we drew one, but got more Colossi. This one hits a ram through. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, because this wasn't in play yet, they had to target the golem, so it only did 3 damage, didn't get any trample. That's fortunate for us. Oh, the mighty Scrapling, he returns. I forsook him, but he returned. I think I'm going to play it and then hold everything else for another turn. Oh, he was free, isn't he? Yeah. I can take 10 this turn, kill a golem. I just can't do that twice very easily. So yeah, Evolution Witness is probably the best draw. We do have a load of stinkers, but speaking of which, so this costs 2 mana thanks to the Voyager, so we can Scrapling onto this to make another 3/4 that can eat these. White, green, recommission, make it 2/4. And kill this stupid Colossus. Although, again, somewhat amusingly, we're at the point that we can like just do some weird triple blocks. They have another one. Or if they have a protection spell, they have a ram through. So we take another 3. Oh, and we get to eat this and keep the scrapling around. Bargain. Yeah, I was about to say opponent is out of green pips, but they can forest cycle. Implies they do have more coming down the line as us. Another Colossus. What does this one hit? This one hits a relic. Oh no. So we can eat our recommission first, that's kind of fine. They've got 2 relics. I don't know how we beat 2 relics. I don't know how we beat 1 relics. Not with a recommission. I'm just going to scoop here. Maybe there's like some draw, but I don't think so. So let's bring in that Gorilla Shaman. Again, it's another creature that can get sacked to a Mass Vandal in a pinch. And cut a quickwelder, but that 2/4 did work. Cut a Myr Retriever. Let's cut a Myr Retriever and Ashnod's Altar, because we've seen the relics, so that's less likely to work, and just go in on Fangren as a way to gain a bunch of life. Don't know if I love this plan, but just kind of we'll figure out a way to get there. It will involve Evolution Witness and trying not to be hosed by Relic. With a really bad Myr Retriever deck. Oh boy. Actually, I don't think we need to qualify that we're a really bad Myr Retriever deck. I think just saying we're a really bad deck probably does enough. If we Gorilla Shaman on 1, they know about Artifact hate coming down the line, but we can't use it on turn 2. It has to be on turn 3, and we want to play something else on turn 2, so I'm just going to play this. Let them know. And then this way we are free to play a Myr Retriever on turn 2 for the beatdown plan. So the opponent could sacrifice this to sacrifice this in turn 2, but really, like if they're playing, even if they don't have Tron, if they're playing 1 mana artifacts, we're spending our turn 3 mana to kill it. I'm not sure that's favouring us that much in the long run. With 2 Cleansing Wildfires, we should be able to keep them off of Tron pretty effectively. Question is, do we want to give them 1 turn of Tron? I don't think we do. think we just decide that mine or power plant. What are we thinking? I think mines. I always kind of work on, if I've got 2 of something, I'll play that one first. But obviously now that, oh no, they had 2 mines. They had 2 mines. But obviously, yeah, once you start smashing one, you just keep on that path. Right? Do you want to smash now or wait till they map? We draw a card, but this way we get to deploy a witness, so at least we're doing something with our mana. And the beatdowns for 2 continue. I think I'm just going to deploy a witness. While probably now, like smashing this now and then they have a tower is, then if they have a tower in hand, then the map can go and get another mine, for example. They fetch a tower, so that might not have been the case, but I think it's a fine thing to try and play around, or a fine thing to consider when we decide what we do. Print has a relic, star. These things so far are all fine. So we can smash the relic with the monkey. Expect they crack it in response. So one consideration is that this could be a crop rotation in hand. And if we go after the mine now, they might be able to crop rotate it away. I think, considering that they've got the forest, they've got the star, I don't think we're going to be able to get away from that. Cross our fingers. Getting to destroy the mine's great. Getting to draw cards, also pretty nice. Okay, so we've got a plan with the Evo Witness. Oh, they had 3 mines. Why did you tell me to go after mines? I could have gone for the power plants. That's really funny. So its honest work is growing an evolution witness with a implement of ferocity the hard way. That's my opinion on that. The altar's not necessarily bad. Maybe it's worth leaving up a green for the safekeeping. Counter a ram through. We've not drawn a land. We've not played a land for the turn yet, but they ram through our guy, then we can recommission. Doesn't have trample, so. Writhing Chrysalis, Ashnod's Altar generates a lot of mana. That's my other piece of insight. Being able to sack the spawns for 2 is pretty nice. So, what they got going on over here? Can't believe they had 3 mines. Yeah, my take on this deck so far is it's kind of cool. I think you need to do the Ashnod's Altar thing or do an Evolution Witness thing. Combining the two does not seem is not greater than the sum of its parts. I kind of just want to chump block, so I don't want to take 6. I don't have a lot of life gain in my deck. I've got the Fangrum, but that's it. I guess if we keep it in play, it's an extra 2 mana with the Ashnod's Altar. Again, if it survives another turn, then sorry, if we can go to our turn, they don't have a way to give trample. The Chrysalis can do a lot of blocking. They ram through our guy. As discussed, we've got the recommission for that, so it's not the end of the world. So we can Ashnod's Altar, play Ashnod's Altar. We want to keep up green pips because we've got green cards. Play a green, put a counter on this. Sack this for 2 mana, pick this up, and then play Chrysalis. Basically, I want to get Chrysalis down and Ashnod's Altar in play, and then if we're sacking the Myr Retriever to make mana to do that, then we might as well put an artifact in the graveyard so that we can get some value out of the Myr Retriever trigger. Let me attack for 2. So Nyxborn Hydra is a bad time. What's this? 2, 7, 10, 11, 17. They had it, which they don't seem to do. And then the recommission can get back the Evo Witness and Myr Retriever. Obviously that kind of combo I've mentioned before. Well, we're not going to be draining them out with that combo. So red, white, recommission this, get back Myr Retriever. I will just do some card drawing things. Obviously gaining them a huge amount of life, but if we can make a, 50-50, it will get through eventually. Or maybe not. How do we beat a Fangren Marauder? So we're going to save keeping now. Don't want to lose our guy again. We are susceptible to another ram through if they had it, but not anymore. I guess we kind of need to implement onto the Chrysalis one time. Get it up to so it can be a 4/5, that gets up to a 5/6, so it can block the Fangren. Then we can use the Myr Retriever to get back the implement at some point. Yeah, shame that we don't loop it again, but okay, so if we're still around, if we've still got this collection in play next turn, it's just green, draw a card, put a counter on a thing, which is obviously a lot closer to being good, let's say. I feel like we're actually just secretly on the mill plan. Don't want to see this get trample. General sense, fine. Oh, we even get to smash the food. Yeah, so I kind of think we're just on basically find our Fangren Marauder, play quickly. White, red, green. One. Implement. We have this now infinite times, but let's finish drawing our cards first. So we do actually have this very convoluted infinite mana loop as well. But I can't see anything that infinite mana is doing for us that basically infinite mana is just wait. Oh, I guess we can make another creature infinitely large. I know it's it's also trample, isn't it? Doing this much clicking into a Fangren Marauder is pretty heartbreaking, not gonna lie. How much power they got currently? 16. Obviously, if they have a relic, they can stop us being able to reassemble this. Or can they? Because we do have the monkey to smash it. So let's stop there. I guess they could kill one of our other creatures. That would stop us having the loop. They kill the quickwelder. And the other kind of problem that we have is if we attack, then they can start attacking back. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Let's eat their boulder branch golem. I can bestow this for trample +4/+4, then start attacking for 23. And they can start attacking back with Generous Ents. So I guess we leave this in play. We can fog 1. And then just back to trying to play quick. So that's going to stop the attacking roughly in its tracks. Another Fangren. Choose an Ulamog's Crusher, which I don't think I understand. We can just eat that for basically free next turn. Let's just eat this Crusher. And then worry, like, we can draw 2 off of the implements dying. I guess that way we don't... so we need to smash this before anything else. and it is making us maximizing the number of clicks we need to do. We can auto yield to the shaman though. That speeds us up a little bit. I'm just going to draw two. Two Chrysalli, nice. Eat your guy. Let's just attack with this one for now. So they can have 15 power, this can go up to 9, so we can only ever trade for 1. Guess if we thin out their creatures. So we can sack all these. And then use the hopefully the Scrapling's gonna win us one of these combats. Then we can recommission that back. Don't know why they wouldn't have double blocked there, to be honest. I guess they didn't want to lose the... They probably didn't see the Scrapling and didn't want to lose a Fangren. They should have just double blocked with the 2 ends onto one of them. I think they would have been in a better state if instead of taking the Crusher, they'd have taken another Fangren Warder. Annoying that I played that wrong, so that I've got 2 mana in the pool, just some extra clicks. Again, now we're just going to let them jump attack. With the Crusher, I guess I'll sack 2 lands. Oh no! No, don't sack that. Sack 2 lands. And then block with that. Extra counters on all our Chrysalises. Love a bridge. Annoying if they block here because I have set autos and I don't want to have to turn all them off to sack this spawn, for example. Just take it. Good. Crushers for days. I'm just going to sack this. We're going to do our whole thing where we let them jump attack for a turn, get a redraw. I could have still attacked with I should have still attacked with the Evolution Witness. Well, this is only 18, so. Sack 2 lands. Block. Attack with big guys. So now they'll probably double block one of the smaller chrysalises. Oh, that was it. Yeah, did the thing. It's a weird game. I guess in a kind of, obviously we don't have like the Deadly Dispute thing, but we do have an engine. So, you know, we are a very slow deck with an engine. So you will beat other very slow decks without an engine. And then yeah, we cleansing wildfire to stop them from doing their thing quickly. Mono green Tron is not a big enough part of the metagame to count on having this kind of be a way to win matches though. And obviously the decks felt very clunky. So, ooh, welcome back to round 4. So we're at 2 and 1, which is better than I would have expected. And we've got 2 copies of the best / only good card in our deck, complemented by a single Myr Scrapling for a bit of spice. You know, it's a Myr Scrapling sandwich with 2 layers of Thornglint Bridge as well. I'm actually kind of happy to play against a burn deck because, if nothing else, we've got some sideboard cards for burn. I think that's essentially going to be the matchups we have a chance of winning. And, you know, kind of fairies or Glee are going to be more trouble. So, am I just going to play out a Myr Scrapling? Why, yes, I am. Obviously, with the Myr Retriever in my hand, just getting, you know, it's not necessarily that I think it's going to do a lot, but chance it attacks, chance it blocks, and then with the Myr Retriever in hand, I don't really mind risking it. Oh, man, immediately punished. Obviously, would much rather discard a Myr Scrapling than any of these, but we can lose a Myr Retriever. Hey, we could even recommission a Myr Retriever. That seems bad. I think we hold the recommission because of the whole Evolution Witness thing. So just a bit of a nothing turn. We'll attack for 1. You know, who's going to block a Myr Scrapling? A Myr Scrapling, eh? But yeah, we get to do you know, take the best player on Pauper turn 4 and 5 and hope that that's just going to carry us over the line. We don't have any life gain in. Ooh. That's cool. I've never seen that art before. It's actually quite cool. Oh wow, and we even get the Hydra so that we can just the Chrysali are just going to be absolute crushers. So I had them as just being Rakdos Madness. If they're doing Frogmite things, I'm not sure where they sit on a chain of like. Oh, okay, we got done for being auto-yielded. Obviously we could have sacrificed there, but I didn't think we were going to get, you know, people tend to be a bit more, when I say people tend to be a bit more respectful, but we learned our lesson. We know it's now in the opponent's range to just, maybe they had a second Galv Blast or something. Don't feel good about getting that Chrysalis bolted or blasted. But yes, what was I talking about? So yeah, at first I thought they were just going to be a Rakdos Madness deck. If they're on Frogmites, maybe it is more Pactdoll shenanigans. Losing that Chrysalis is absolutely backbreaking. What would have attacked for 8 this turn, and gained us 2 life by blocking the refurb. Oh, that's ugly. But yeah, props to the opponent for realizing we were F6'd. So they are just Affinity with a Jagged Barons. And bolts. Who knows? Okay, so the 2 damage didn't actually matter. Them Galv blasting the Chrysalis didn't actually matter. They could have just gone to the face. So that's not too bad. I guess we might have blocked like the Frogmite if we had we could have gained more than 2 life, but anyway, so in comes Fangren, in comes Gorilla Shaman, in comes 4 Weathers, and we're back onto our old friend, do we Mass Vandal? Out comes some Honor Guards. I'm going to keep in this stuff because I've not seen that. I guess I did see a Myr Retriever. So I can probably work out that we have that going on. Kind of want to cut some gatekeepers. With the Fangren and the Weather the Storm, like Myr Retriever loops just infinite life as well, which could help. I guess we have to have these. You know, it's just, why have them in your sideboard if you're not going to bring them in the Affinity match? I don't really want to have to count on Evolution Witness because the Evolution Witness combo because they've got so many bolts. Do I want to keep 2 Myr Retrievers? I guess not if we're cutting all the altars. Let's try that. Just say that, because I did have another build of this that was basically, you know, not doing this kind of thing. Do we think, basically, do we think they see a Myr Retriever and assume we're on this whole combo? If we cut it, maybe they don't have a. Yeah, if we cut it, maybe they don't keep Graveyard Hate, and see, they might know about this side, but Scrapling I'll keep in because it can go to the graveyard cheaply. We have 22 creatures, of which there's quite a few we don't really love going to the graveyard. I think I'm just going to keep it like this. We're not a very good Fangren Marauder deck without the Ashnod's Altar combo. So we can kind of assemble a infinite power Evolution Witness, which isn't bad. We could get our day ruined by a cast into fire. Multiple different ways. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that if we're trying to play this deck, we need to kind of decide what we're doing one way or the other. And, we're not really making much use out of the Voyager quickwelder. I mean, like a 3-mana 2/4 is not, obviously, it's not, nobody's going around playing like, I don't know what, there's a white one from Theros, right? Nobody's going around playing that, but it's not completely embarrassing. It's got some stats up front. So I think we just Scrapling. Although we do have the like the combo again, they saw no reason to respect this in our previous game. So, and obviously if we can, draw 2 sideboard cards in our first 8, if they just drop a load of artifact lands. Unfortunately not. They don't have Metalcraft. I think I'm just going to attack for 1 and play the Voyager. It gives us the highest chance of doing something stupid. So if they tap out, we can make a huge Evolution Witness. If not, we can Gorilla Shaman, pick off a blood token. I think I'll keep my welder around. So I have to play a bit of a longer game with the Evo Witness, put a counter on it some other way in order to return the Scrapling, but it's not nothing. Opponents reading our draft commons, going like, what? That's fun. So we don't have another green source to play and evolve the Witness, which is a bit of a shame. I don't really want to run it out as is. I guess if they have another spell, they're very likely to use it on the Gorilla Shaman. I'm not respecting like a toxin analysis here, but I don't think they're likely to be on a toxin analysis block. Oh really? Get out. Just get out of here. I guess it's another target for the Gorilla Shaman, but that's just rough. Well, yeah, it could be worse. We could not have the Gorilla Shaman and get to eat all of their stupid artifacts. But like, I was not expecting they were gonna toxin analysis block there. Come on, we're trying to do the evolution witness thing. Be a friend, be a buddy. I guess luckily the toxin analysis thing, sorry, the Gorilla Shaman thing is being quite good for us. So we can eat this as well, or we can play the Evo Witness. Again, we're not under any pressure, and we've seen so many what am I saying? Sorry, we've seen so many bolts. If we try and smash this, then they could well have a deadly dispute. But then we get to eat that treasure anyway. I'm trying to work out whether I want to play another land or not. So obviously the lands in hand are refurb food as well. I can't believe they toxin analysis here. So we try and smash this. I'm expecting they have a dispute. They do. We still get to eat that treasure. They bolt, so I kind of want to play my land so I can try and do two things with Evil Witness, but not being able to, not having the second green is so rough. I will. This is mostly, I've got the first refurb covered. The second one could well be a pain. Well, there goes our plan of assembling some weird convoluted evolution witness combo. That's unfortunate. We can rumble. And, I mean, so we can't cast Chrysalis this turn. We can't cast any of them this turn, but Chrysalis is. Then we'll keep the planes in hand as our refurb food. Okay, so opponent's down to 2 cards. We have more, but ours don't do anything. That's just unfortunate. Yep, we take 1. I guess if I play the forest, I might want to weather the storm. See, I do want my second green source so that we can do the refurb thing, if given the opportunity. They sack their artifact land. So I'm assuming they don't. I'm assuming that means you don't have a Myr in force. We also don't actually have anything in the graveyard for the Evo Witness at the minute, which is unfortunate. We are a long ways from getting to do refurb, Writhing Chrysalis things. Evolution Witness things based on the number of creatures they have in play, and again, we don't actually have any removal. It's kind of hard to make work. They have 1 creature in the graveyard. If I make this 3 power, see, it helps drop the clock quite significantly. Could go up to 4. Let's go up to 4. We might well be safekeeping our guy, in response to like a toxin analysis or something. Opponent gets to draw up. They've not seen any, they've not got a great blood fountain at the minute. See, this is helping. Nice draw. What we can make this up to 7 power. Then we're kind of safekeeping 1 if they have a toxin analysis. I think with 2 in play, I'm going to sacrifice all my spawns to maximize damage now. See, the refurb crack, they can block for a long old time. So, sack. Might as well sack all these to prevent the lifelink triggers. And then safekeeping this for indestructible. They do manage to vanquish our other Chrysalis, but we still have a 7/8 attacker. We've now got something for our Evolution Witness to potentially target. They crack their Blood Fountain now, they can get back the Shaman. They just have a Shaman. I think we start on the Wildfire. I mean, they can crack the Clue, but that's not particularly bad for them. So start on the Wildfire. I'm not playing around like a cast into the fire, like anymore at least. I'll get another green. Okay, Fangren's pretty nice. And we attack, they're going to attack back. Or like just chump block for 1. But I think I'm happy to try and play, you know, with a Fangren, with a Weather the Storm, I'm kind of happy to try and play a race. It's the Deadly Dispute, Blood Fountain, Crackland Shaman managing to overpower me in a long game that's going to keep me up at night. Especially with them having the Clue. I mean, they can like double block and sack some things, but that doesn't seem good for them. They block sack, okay. I don't think I want to gain 2 off of the Weather. Or gain 9, sorry. I'd rather them try and think we're racing and try and bolt the face. Or even if they have a refurb, I'll be discarding the Weather to it. So now they hold back the refurbs, they can return that. They can block and return that, I guess. So we'll be playing a Fangren before we attack. Yeah, you're definitely doing the Affinity thing, aren't you? Do I want to play out my Implement of Ferocity? Don't think so. Do I want to attack? I'm not convinced I want to attack. Guess we might as well play this. No, it could be a storm count in our turn. It's storm count, it's refurb food. It's doing more for us potentially in hand than the cost of holding up 1 mana. They can, I don't see how they're killing us without any artifacts going to the graveyard. What is 2 Galv Blasts? If they have it, they've not set it up with anything, they're just drawn it for the turn, so. Shame this is Affinity. I was much happier when it was going to be Rakdos Burn. Now it's Affinity. I actually don't think, obviously the Weather the Storms are probably coming out. So we're going to put them in a bit of a squeeze by... Oh god, we have that still in the deck? Oh man, that's just ugly. Put them in a bit of a squeeze where they have to do something by playing this. Obviously with it in play, gaining 5 life is pretty big, pretty meaningful. We'll try and put the counter on the Fangren. Didn't really want another Weather the Storm. Do I want to play my Evolution Witness then? I don't think they've got a toxin analysis. I think they'd probably use it if they did. I don't really want to play out my Honor Guard, because then we do just get swept up. Play Witness, hold it up. I don't think it's getting any better, if that makes sense. Like they might, if they're Affinity, they probably have access to Spell Bomb, and we're not getting the Crackland Shaman off the table anytime soon. So no attack again, which again I'm not a huge fan of, but we can't get through the 2 Myr Enforcers. Okay, so you're double bolting this. Or are you just going to sack a load of artifacts to the Crack? Double bolt that. That's rough. Guess you're out of cards. You have 4 mana up still. I don't really want you to get to Blood Fountain completely freely. So we'll respond to this with our Evo Witness. Make them sack something else. I guess this can be the refurb. We are gaining a lot of life. Oh, they're killing our guys. Okay. I don't know whether they would have done this if we hadn't played the Witness, but we're going to end up at roughly 1 million. And they're going to get a refurb and a... Oh, they sacked the Blood Fountain. You didn't mean to sack the Blood Fountain to the Crack. Well, I guess they drew the card off the Wellspring and card for the turn, yeah. So they played and sacked a bridge. Another Crack. So if the stupid weather the storms for like, even a Myr Retriever at this point. We can play our stupid honor guard, hold a bridge for refurb food. Yeah, again, slightly, I say slightly, quite punished for misdiagnosing what the opponent's doing. With, we saw the bolt and jagged barons, and I kind of jumped to some conclusions. Just deadly disputes all the way down, isn't it? Yeah, well, I won't complain. Or we will complain, but with a bit less feeling than we would have otherwise. So it certainly looks like I'm going to say it certainly looks like a toxin analysis. Guess we'd rather trade for the Myr Enforcer. Let's pump our guy first. It could be well, it can't be a bolt. It can't be a toxin analysis. What you got? Or are you just going to sack it? Alright. I mean, we're at 48 life for a reason. Obviously, we could have prevented 4 damage there, but it took me a while to realise that they had the onboard Crackland Shaman for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to battle. You've got to stop drawing deadly disputes. Ah, man. It stings. Obviously, I would probably rather sack the Coalition Honor Guard than the Chrysalis if we would have kept the spawns unsacked. They drew a land. That's good. We drew another just piece of air. But 3 Weather the Storms might be what you need to win a race. Cannot wait to get these out of my deck. I took a turn off to draw a land and then drew more. Sorry, I'm sounding a little bit salty, but took a turn off to draw a land and then went straight back to the deadly disputes. Yep, we've got that covered. I guess we'll discard a bridge. Every little helps. And a Vandal is quite nice. So I guess we can like lose one of the 3 Chrysali to Masked Vandal down the Myr Enforcer. If they have another stupid deadly dispute, that'll sting. No, come on. Just, are we on the mill plan? So we've seen only 1 Blood Fountain so far, which is worrying for how many might be in the rest of their cards. Recommission's pretty gas. can attack for another 4. Recommission, Evolution, Witness. And then we've got choices to getting back if we get back Implement, then they can just kill our guy in response to Implement with the Crack. If we get back Fangra, and they just, blow up the world again. I think we put this in our hand. I don't think we cast it, because they're at 5, so we're presenting lethal. So we're almost getting them to sweep up now and bolt there. Okay. Again, I'm not just going to gain 9. Value the opponent not knowing about the weather. Having said that, let's pretend to leave up safekeeping. So, kind of annoyingly, the Fangren can't attack into the gang. What, have you got another toxin analysis? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, I'm not going to block. Was the plan that I blocked? Right, okay. Well, we did it, somehow. And we drew 3 terrible, stupid weather the storms. We can get out of here. So, thoughts on that? Feels like them seeing the we're getting to do the Recommission Evolution Witness thing. They might bring in some graveyard hate from seeing that, but again, like, they saw a Myr Retriever game 1. If they had the bog, it would kind of surprise me if they didn't keep in some removal to respect that. I'd forgotten that this would work against stupid toxin analysis. I'm kind of more keen on that than I was originally. And what, cut a gatekeeper for these 5? We're not really trying to combo them with. I guess we've not seen. Well, maybe 1 Ashen's Altar. We've not seen any artifact removal. It's not like I think the Ashen's Altar is going to be great. What's a 2/3 do on the ground? It just blocks a Frogmite. That's not something I'm too excited about, is it? Again, I'm struggling to find much of anything. I think this is okay. I'm not excited about it, but it's certainly a pile of 60 cards. Let's run it back. We just need to draw the good cards and not draw Weather the Storms. And not just randomly get burnt out. Yeah, well. I'm gonna do a greedy keep. Am I? I can't remember how many red sources we play. I'm gonna do a greedy keep. See, if we draw an Evolution Witness, we've got a chance of doing that thing. Evolution Witness, Recommission. If we draw a red bridge. What? How are you doing this now? How are you just like, I'll go to game 3 and bring in my Clockwork Percussionists? You're crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Oh, this is just so rough. You knew it was going to happen, didn't you? I'm putting a lot of stake in pumping a... Absolutely sickening. Oh. I mean, where were all your like jagged barons? Your Bajuka bog to now be pulling this shit. Um, cannot see a way out of this. So got crushed. Happy with the choice to cut the Weather the Storms. Not happy with the choice to keep this land, keep this hand. But again, I think I don't know. This is flashbacks to game 1 where we didn't have perfect mana and then just got crushed. Maybe we don't have enough red sources. I don't know. Not happy with the mulligan choice with how it panned out, but am happy that that was a hilarious game, hilarious like conclusion to this match. So we are back for round 5. For those of you having flashbacks, my justification on keeping this one is a Malevolent Rumble. I meant to keep it, instead I hit mulligan, so that's not a great start. Now we have to mulligan again. And we can keep this. Put back the Hydra, and I'm thinking probably like the forest, because we've got the wildfire to be our 3rd land. Well, I would have rather kept the 7 than accidentally mulligan. Oh, there is justice in the world. So much justice. This is hilarious that we just got paired into Tron twice. I'm still, so this is right off the back of the previous game. Still find it absolutely hilarious how, I think we got quite lucky to win game 2. I don't quite know how, but I don't think we should have won game 2. That game went on far too long. Opponent drew way more cards than us. I don't really like, and we had a load of dead cards in our hand in the form of Weather the Storms. So this is like a Pactdoll deck, or like Ultratron. So yeah, all those things going against us, but in return, we do get to play Tron twice. So we have 8 good cards in our deck because we have access to Cleansing Wildfire. What do we want to do? I can just drop a Myr Retriever down and play the bridge, or else I can go nuts and play an Astronaut's Altar. Just let them know. I think I'm going to play the Myr Retriever. Myr Retriever's got no targets, It's more about getting the bridge and the green source in play. Yeah, our deck is just trying to do too much. I kind of like the idea of focusing on the evolution witness side. That seems like it could be powerful enough, but trying to also do Ashnod's Altar, Myr Retriever on top of that is quite something. So they crop rotates, they do get their Tron, they do play a Foundry Inspector. Hopefully they don't just have it all turn 4. It'd be 2 mana for an Ashnod's Altar, 1 mana for a Retriever. So, do we want to play our Ashnod's Altar or just drop a Witness with nothing to get back? I think I'm going to drop the Witness. Play another bridge. Obviously, neither's really up to much. Any dispute? Got infinite mana for, especially for colourless things. So Pactdoll, so we are actually in some danger of just dying to sorted crappy artifacts. Yeah, we don't have it. So the Naya Tron deck I was playing, I was on like 8 ways to mill ourselves. Naya Ultratron. In here, we just don't have enough ways to put the other Myr Retriever in the graveyard in a way that actually kind of moves us forwards. I kind of like the idea of playing Faceless Looting in this. Looking at our sideboard, we don't really have any great. Oh no, we do have some graveyard hay as well. That's fine. So I think I'm just going to put a Evo Witness in front of this to prevent 2 damage. Nothing else, I've got the Recommission to get something back. So if I just block here as well, and then basically the only way I could possibly kill next turn is if I rumble into a Myr Retriever and put a Gatekeeper in the graveyard as well. So let's just block, keep ourselves life total high, force them to assemble roll. So rumble. So we put the Gatekeeper in the graveyard, so we're a Myr Retriever away. We can pick up the Myr Retriever, or pick up the Gatekeeper with the Evo Witness. I think we want the Chrysalis. Just it's a lot of blockers. So we do red, white, Recommission, Evolution Witness. What are you doing in response? Just disputing something? Sure. If I just get back a Myr Retriever, I can play that off the back of the Eldrazi spawn. I guess that's not much better than blocking with the Eldrazi spawn. So block here, just sack it. Right, I'll keep that in hand. Now I'll play it out. It might be relevant that we can pick up the Gatekeeper. So they've not found any Myr Retrievers just yet, but boy do they have some golems. I feel like just having a couple of the mass vandals isn't the kind of artifact hate we're going to need here. So another 4, sorry, 4 damage coming. Guess we just block here. We have to block, don't we? So this can get back the Gatekeeper. If we do get back the Gatekeeper, then I guess by blocking, so 3 mana to play the altar, even if we drew a Myr Retriever for 2 mana, we'd need another pip. Uh, 4 mana for the Chrysalis. Yeah, that doesn't work either. We'll get back the Gatekeeper, but I think we're just dead to them having, you know, a handful more artifacts of any sort. Red, green, red, white. Chrysalis. So we can prevent most of their potential attacks. White to recommission this. Do that again, and I think this time we get the bridge. We go down to 3. You had a dispute or something anyway? No, just draw 2 again. So forgot to play the bridge. Again, we're not doing very well on just F6ing in opportune times. So that kills us. Yeah, again, not sold on our deck. I want Tormod's Crypt, I want Fangren, I want Masked Vandals. I don't want Honor Guard. Safekeeping doesn't seem up to much. I don't think they're going to have snuff outs against what they've seen. And then do I just cut some like writhing chrysalises? Because we're not going to beat them. I don't think we are going to beat them kind of fair and square in combat, are we? I think this is just a weird race where does that make sense? I'm going to go for that and basically say this is going to be a weird race where we might have slightly more live cards in our sideboard, I guess. So keep this, put back the Scrapling. Put back the Scrapling, put back the Gatekeeper. Put back the Scrapling. Not great that that seems like it was actually a tough choice. Just rumble. So we can find an evolution witness or a bridge. I guess the evolution witness gets back the other stuff. So there are ways away from Tron. We edging closer to actually doing something. We're only another Myr Retriever away, but as discussed, we're not actually very good at finding that. Oh, clonk the mic. Just perfect woolly Thoktar going on over here. He's got 9 cards in hand and discards 2 to hand size. If we win this one, it'll be well earned. I think we just bridge and Evo Witness. Attack for 2. Do they find their land this time? They do, but it's a backup power plant. It might be that they're holding up like a crop rotation, but I don't believe it. Discard up to 9 again. They do have a spell bomb. So we can Scrapling back the Witness. I'm trying to think whether there's any way we can kind of guarantee us getting something back. Basically, we play this, we adapt. And we can kind of guarantee our pick of something from the graveyard. But I think that's just going to be a forest. Attack for 6. I guess if we can pump this twice or 3 times now. Each one does a damage as well. Or we can just like dump the altar in play. If we do altar, then we can Myr Retriever it. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to dump the altar in play. The idea being that we can play the Retriever, sack this to hit this, and then in response to them cracking the spell bomb, sack the Myr Retriever and make sure we get back the Scrapling. Yeah, we also don't need to do all that because I think so. 2, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We weren't far off. So opponent just had to miss on their third land with 1,000,000 cards in hand. And then we could get there. So we just run that back, right? Right. If we're just doing, kind of crappy creature beatdown, maybe I don't want Fangren, but I don't think I want Chrysalis. I guess Chrysalis can still attack through a terror, whereas nothing else can. Yeah, live by the crappy creatures, die by the crappy creatures. I can't believe that game 3 against the red-black Affinity deck. So funny that they, we had such a long game 2 where it's kind of both decks kind of non-functional. Then they just, the first time we saw Clockwork Percussionist, it turned into into Burn, didn't it? Into Cold Oath. So funny. But yeah, we are one game away from escaping this league with with our play points in a treasure chest. We can keep this hand. Doesn't do a lot. Opponent's moved to 6. You're saying there's a chance. We've got our mana. We've got a Malevolent Ball. They've gone to 5. We're actually a pretty good. We've got the 2 Myr Retrievers. Got 2 ways to dig. We're a pretty good combo hand. We would have to. What are they saying? We would have to find that and not the the mana reducing artifact guy side of our deck. Okay, stop it with the Myr Retrievers. We have enough Myr Retrievers. So I guess we're looking for a National Doctor. Or a Forest. And we can put some artifacts in the graveyard for our Myr Retriever, if that ever found a way to die. They just Pactdoll. Let's rumble again. See what we can see. So I guess if we take if we just kill this, leaves the Gatekeeper in the graveyard, but that's not the end of the world. We can exile probably the Scrapling, because that's not doing anything for us. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the line. Exile the stupid Scrapling. And guess we play the Tormod script. Like, it's in our deck to be played. So they've assembled Tron. They're doing their thing pretty good for the Multi 5. They've got their own spell bomb, so our combo is harder. And we don't actually have a beatdown plan. We have a bunch of 1/1s. 2 spell bombs. That's a lot of spell bombs. Conduit Pylons, they don't really have like a techie land. I think I'm just going to implement onto our Masked Vandal to draw a card. Double our clock. So, weird enough, this would actually be a this would be a good situation for a Writhing Chrysalis. Probably could have played the white source, but hey. So they top the pylons, draw into whatever they topped into. Just gonna F6. Okay. So the Recommission just gets them to crack and they've got a swamp up anyway. I guess we're just jamming out some more guys. And we're on the Myr Retriever beatdown plan. To be honest, I probably should have, like, the Gatekeeper's not doing more than 4 damage. I should have just Gatekeepered that turn. It's basically a whole turn of our clock. Yeah. That was stupid. But we can, we've got Tormod's Crypt Recommission. And a Fangren Marauder. Hello. Hello, big beefy Fangren. Attack for 5. This is hilarious. Just absolutely stole at least at the minute, it feels like we're probably going to win this match from here. Absolutely stole this one. My opponent moved to 5 and just got completely land screwed in game 2. I'm going to say we probably could have. I feel like the Affinity one we should have won. This one we should have lost. So, a bit of a weird one, but I seem to have copied over this deck list already, and so now I'm trying to do the wrap up. In order to find the deck list to discuss, I've got to go back to our video and talk about it that way. So, a good fair Chrysalis deck. I do like the idea that just holds everything together. This is 100% trying to do too much all at one time. I think it's probably so the Myr Retriever Ashen Daughter combo is probably the better side of it. Let's kind of I guess we'll kind of split this out into 2 decks. If we wanted to just do Myr Retriever Ashen Daughter, we could cut, say, well, these 6, cut the quickwelders. I'd want to add the cash grabs back in so that we've got this way to mill these both over, or mill this over, mill this over. We've got 9 slots, another 5 slots to find something we want to play. It might even be Ancient Stirrings, because it gets the best card in our deck. The other option is to, I guess we're doing that, we could also cut Evolution Witness, but that's kind of by the by. The other option is to try and do some Evolution Witness, Scrapling, implement 1/1 counter thing, and cut the Myr Retriever. I like that because you potentially make better use of Recommission Evolution Witness, and you've got a better plan B. I think if we're doing that, we don't have Gatekeeper as the kill condition, we just have make an infinite evolution witness and then Hydra as the kill. So I might follow up with one or both of those, but I'm not sure which one would have filled me with more confidence that it's got something going for it. Let's have a go at building those decks, and we might expand on this in the future. We might look at those and go, we were lucky to escape once with our play points and our treasure chest, and maybe not again.